and Assalamualaikum. Today my group and I would like to present about IPG's efforts and challenges. My group consists of the first member, which is Syazah Najwa binti Suhaimi. The second member is Nur Yasmin Alia binti Azlan. The third member is Ainul Mardia binti Muhammad Nazim. The fourth member is Nurhanisa binti Syaril, and the last member is Nurhanis Afika binti Rozaini. We are from the group 3 in this presentation. I will start this presentation with the background of educational development in Malaysia. Education is one of the main objectives to achieve national unity and development. Although national unity remains the primary goal of education, current developments have switched the focus from national unity to total unity and human resource development for emerging countries. Basic education is provided at the primary level, general comprehensive education at the lower secondary level, and semi-specialization at the upper secondary level according to the education system. Next, the organization of Institute Pendidikan Guru. The first one is the background. The Malaysian Institute of Teacher Education, or IPG, is a higher education institution that trains future primary school teachers. In Malaysia, the Malaysian Teacher Education Institute of the Ministry of Education Malaysia manages all campus teacher education institute. The Malaysian Institute of Teacher Education will feature a main campus similar to the University of Technology Malaysia, which is presently under construction. Next are the characteristics of IPG. IPG is a university-level institution of higher learning. IPGM and BPG will have separate function, with IPGM focusing on pre-service training and BPG on in-service training. IPGM is also under KPM's direct supervision, although BPG is under TKPPM's oversight. Vision, mission and objective. There is a vision that should be set by IPG, namely quality education, educate people, prosperous nation. The mission to be achieved is to retain a high-quality educational system that develops individuals' potential to meet national goals. The objective of IPG is to improve their command of knowledge, understanding and teaching skills.
Teacher Education Institution IPG take the various efforts to improve the quality of education in our country. Among the efforts carried out by the Teacher Education Institution are IPG's effort in producing excellent teachers, conduct human development courses to train teachers physical and mental, also implementation program related to ICT knowledge and emphasis on the element of creativity and innovation in Teacher Education Institution IPG. The first effort is IPG effort in producing excellent teachers. It has become the main goal of the institution of teacher education, IPG, to produce excellent teachers for the future of the country. Why should a brilliant teacher be born? This is because teachers are the future educators who will eventually produce students or human capital who will lead the country one day. In the success of the effort to produce excellent teachers, the value of teaching must be applied in the education of prospective teachers. The first value of teaching is that a teacher should be accountable to students. This is because students are the responsibility of a teacher after they hand it over to the school. The teacher is seen as the second parent to students, so whatever happens to students in school is the responsibility of a teacher. The second teaching value is the teacher responsibility to the parents. In this context, teachers should not only get to know their student, but they also get to know the student parent. If teachers know the parents of students, it is easier for them to know the problem faced by each student in their learning. Thus, in order to achieve a good relationship between parent and teacher, the Parent and Teacher Association, PIBG, has been established. The third value of teaching is the responsibility of teacher to society and the country. Excellent teachers must take care of their behavior, moral, decency, and speech because they are the focus of society. Everything they do is followed by the student and the people around them. If they exhibit bad character, surely the student will take a bad value. The implication is a brilliant figure cannot be born to lead the country. Teacher responsibility to their peer and the teaching profession are to be the fourth value of the teaching. The relationship between teacher also make a teacher more excellent. Teachers should respect each other and always be ready to help their colleagues in any situation. With this value of teaching, students will look up to and respect their job as a teacher. At the same time, teachers must maintain the good name of each other so as not to tarnish their work as a teacher. In addition, to be excellent teacher, they must also proficient in the prescribed skill. Among the professional skill of the teacher are the study skill, planning skill, teaching skill, facilitation skill, ICT skill, communication skill, thinking skill, assessment skill, and management skill. An excellent teacher must master this skill because this skill will test their level of work. Every teacher should fill themselves with a variety of knowledge. These teacher skills were created to achieve the goal and philosophy of the Institution of Teacher Education (IPG) in the process of producing excellent and professional teachers. Therefore, it is important to every teacher to learn various skills so that the knowledge can be passed on to the student. The second effort are to conduct human development courses to train teachers physically and mentally. The Institution of Teacher Education (IPG) strives to hold a Bina Insan Guru (BIG) course to provide physical and mental training to prospective educators. Every student in a teacher education institution must take this course in every semester. In this course, they will be trained in a term of mental and physical endurance in leadership knowledge, professional work, and teaching ethics. After that, this teacher development course involve camping activity, adventure activities, activities in water, and also building social relationship among other students. Latihan dalam kumpulan LDK is an activity that will be done together in a group to build relationship among students. This is in line with the goal and philosophy of the teacher education institution for the formation of superior teacher human qualities. The activity given in this course are not intended to boost student teacher but to provide mastery in various skills to them to strengthen their entity. However, each student must give a deep appreciation of all the activities carried out during the course because through these activities, they can strengthen the identity of the teacher and show an admirable personality in line with the aspiration of the country and the institution. Teachers not only need to be proficient in knowledge but also need to be proficient in physical, spiritual, emotional, intellectual, and even social resilience. Bina Insan Guru BIG course is to form 7 cultural dimensions which are divided into knowledge culture, leadership culture, professional work culture, moral and ethical culture, caring culture, healthy living culture, and aesthetic culture. At the same time, the course covers both off-campus and on-campus activities. This activity provided is to expose to the student teacher about the formation of superior teacher characteristics and qualities. The implementation of the Bina Insan Guru BIG course is to give awareness where teaching professionals are noble and human teachers are the generation builder. Shaper of identity and role model to society, even teacher must be able to adapt to all situations and be able to deal with the challenges of globalization. Therefore, it is very important for the teacher student to pass this course with excellence because this is the subject that will determine the person of the teacher.
Next, we go to effort number 3. It is implementation program related to ICT knowledge. In this era of globalizations, the use of computer has become an obligation in every aspect, especially in institutions of higher learning. This is because it is a technology required to do a media work and process data related to every aspect in the management and processing of information. In line with the present in every education, students in institutions of higher learning are proficient in everything they pursue, especially in information and communication technology, in short ICT. The teacher training institution, which is a part of the institution of higher learning in Malaysia, is primarily responsible for providing the collection and implementation of efficient knowledge management practice to meet world-class educational standards. Information and communication technology plays a very important role in implementing every management and seeking any knowledge. Furthermore, the program implemented by the teacher training institution related to ICT skills of training teachers become a study that will enable the drafter to coordinate the syllabus and teacher education program at the institute. We can see here that the ICT implementation program in Teaching Institute is an effort that aims to improve knowledge, skill, and increase the ability of prospective teachers. The young leader who will be the teacher at the school hold the responsibility of managing the program in the right way. The school create the room so that teacher could teach using modern technology. So prospective teacher who learn from this ICT program can learn more to teach to the later. Following that, with the implementation of program related to ICT knowledge can increase self-confidence while teaching later. This is especially important given the increasing use of information and communication technology across all students. As a result of the COVID-19 outbreak, ICT components are widely used in schools to adapt to new teaching and learning norms. Interaction between teacher and student during teaching and learning take place online in the form of video and virtual presentation that use various aspects of digital technology. Moreover, in this era of information modernizations, students combine teaching method and theory with information and communication technology, equipment and materials such as internet, email, Google Meet, and even Microsoft such as Word, PowerPoint, and so on. Thus, they need teachers who understand how to learn through ICT, being an important role in the teacher training institution, which is information and communication technology, to be learned by prospective teachers in this technology era because students are not left behind with modernity. The open teaching process with technology makes this program an obligation to be in the institution. The open teaching process with technology makes this program an obligation to be in the institution. Lastly, effort number 4, it is emphasis on the element of creativity and innovation in IPG. On the other hand, creativity may result in innovation that is a new idea or method to improve an old process or make it a more effective, efficient, or interesting. Training on creativity and innovation at the Institute of Teacher Education is an emphasis of the government in an effort to strengthen the skills of prospective teachers. This is because the graduate will go through a teaching and learning process activity after completing the training or program at the institute. The technique and thinking of the graduates such as presentation, construction of teaching and learning process resources, project and so on become a training and purpose to strengthen the training of prospective teachers. Hence, it is clear that this will increase the professional level and quality of students at IPG so that the education system change toward a dynamic. As the following, they can enter the IPG level creativity and innovation competition. Various educational and managing concepts can be produced and developed to improve the system or build more effective learning aids for future teaching. Increased involvement in creativity and innovation is needed to promote research and development of educational products, producing more creative and innovation students. Moreover, this can also produce a generation of highly educated people who use research, imagination, and vision to solve problems in creative and innovative ways. As a result, one of the transformation activities is to make this future teaching process more methodical, efficient, and successful.
I will explain about the challenge of IPG in educational development in Malaysia. The first one is challenge in learning. Due to COVID-19, Malaysia's educator sector has been severely impacted in terms of learning and teaching session. The most difficult challenge of IPG students is they must participate in online learning technique to deliver a good educators. Google Classroom and Google Meet are among the operating system used to continue learning. Students also face in learning are unavoidable such as network issues. It is not uncommon for some students to encounter the issue. Online learning will make use of cutting-edge technologies such as laptop, tablets, and even smartphones. Aside from that, there are students who must share equipment with their siblings. Lastly, due to closure of the education sector, they were forced to conduct all interview and learning sessions online. As is well known, the presentation will be recorded, so we cannot determine whether the student will dare to make public presentation. Next, challenge faced by teachers in the profession. Due to pandemic, teachers are equally vulnerable to facing this challenge as educators. They cannot avoid problems and challenges that are similar to those faced by their students. In accordance with the online learning system, teacher must provide teaching materials in the form of software to make it easier for students to use while in class.
If teachers, especially older teachers, do not have basic knowledge about preparing online material, it becomes difficult for them to provide complete material for students. Other than that, teachers will face students who are unable to participate or attend classes due to variety of factors, especially network issues. The most difficult challenges, teachers don't even know whether the students really understand what being taught. Lastly, teachers must conduct a post-mortem to determine what problems students encountered as a result of their lesson, and they must also find solutions to the problems.
Next is challenges in improving academic qualifications. In a society that is experiencing a rapid development process now, teachers cannot be exempted from facing various challenges. One of the challenges they face is having to consider their own academic qualification. A quality teacher must value professionalism and strive to improve it. This is because teacher professionalism is science-centered. As they play an important role in the development of the country, the highly specialized nature of the work requires teachers to have minimum academic qualification and attend training programs before and during service. They must constantly update their skills and knowledge in the field of education and strive to apply the latest teaching and educational methods. Therefore, the authorities have organized educational courses to enhance capability, resilience, and performance to meet these increasingly complex challenges. For example, the move by the Ministry of Education in Malaysia in encouraging the teachers to improve their academic qualification through various programs to develop teachers' career. But programs like this have had a negative impact on teachers. This is because teachers cannot devote all their attention to the teaching and learning of their students. Teachers who learn while teaching cause them to be unable to provide more effective teaching activities to students. The burden on teachers will also be greater and cause teachers to feel stressed with their living conditions. They not only need to prepare daily teaching activities, but they also need to prepare themselves to face their own exams. It is clear that teachers face challenges in improving their own academic qualification. Teachers in this era also face challenges involving the policies set by Ministry of Education Malaysia. For example, the policy for the teaching of science and mathematics in English, or we call it as PPSMI, which has been implemented since 2002. PPSMI is the official name for one of the Malaysian education policy which stipulates that English replaces the national language as the medium of instruction for science and mathematics at all levels of education. PPSMI is implemented with the aim that students can master the rapidly evolving knowledge of science and mathematics, and most of it is exposed in English. But if the teachers who teach these two subjects are not able to master English well, it will result in the teaching process not being able to run smoothly and effectively. A study by certain parties to assess the level of English proficiency among science and mathematics teachers also show a less encouraging percentage. It is even more worrying that when there are some of the teachers who do not achieve credit in English at the Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia or SPM level. However, these teachers are again faced with the policy of dignifying the Malay language, empowering the English language, MBM, MBI, where the Malay language takes the place of English in the teaching of science and mathematics subject through a soft landing process. This policy is implemented on the factors presented in the book Dignifying the Malay Language, Empowering English by the Ministry of Education, which rationalized the change because based on a UNESCO study which states students are easier to learn by using their mother tongue, and English proficiency of teachers at an excellent and good level only around 25% only. It is clear that teachers face challenges stemming from the policies set by the ministry to improve the quality of students. Lastly, challenges faced by IPG on global competency. Firstly, information technology or ICT teaching and learning is the challenges faced by IPG on global competency. The development of information and communication technology has greatly influenced the culture of life today. In the field of education, in particular, the application of this technology in teaching and learning provide a new shift in teacher pedagogy techniques. Several past research has proven that the use of technology has been able to revolutionize teachers' teaching techniques, to the learning method, and overall, the way education is conducted in line with the present era. The time has also come for the school culture to change to an informed, creative, intelligent, and caring practice by applying information and communication technology. In line with that, the initiative to create a Sekolah Bestari in 1999 is a step that is expected to give the widest possible place and space to computer technology in the education system. It is hoped that this measure will bridge the digital divide between the wealthy who are able to use technology at home with the less fortunate. Secondly, knowledge of teacher in information technology. Knowledge refers to a specific level of knowledge possessed by an individual. Therefore, it is closely related to the experience and skills we have. Referring to information technology knowledge, there is a clear correlation between skill level and knowledge level. Knowledge and attitudes towards computer are influenced by the frequency of computer use. The more often an individual uses a computer, the level of knowledge will also increase. Teachers' level of information technology knowledge can be improved through information technology course. Based on research that meaningful learning can be achieved through the use of resources from the internet by students. However, this situation will not happen as long as teachers do not have the knowledge that can help facilitate the use of ICT among students. In the process of implementing computer-based programs in school, teachers are usually trained, but the number is very limited and is usually done in a hurry. In addition, the process of training teachers to succeed in the technology utilization program is costly and time-consuming. According to Sharp, teachers need 3 years to be proficient in the use of technology. According to him, the first year is to master technical resources, the second year to explore the curriculum, and the third year to streamline teaching and learning application in the classroom. For the knowledge of building multimedia software, 19% state that they study in studies at NIPG. The findings of the study show that the majority of training teachers acquire knowledge using ICT from their studies. The findings of the study show that the information technology course followed well at the IBG help teachers to become proficient with information technology skills. Overall, teachers need to be equipped with information technology skills, which in turn will increase the level of knowledge of teachers. Lastly, curriculum form of the globalization era. Development in the current globalization have brought an innovation in the structure and form of education curriculum in Malaysia. The era of globalization that began in the 19th has led Malaysia towards a world without border by bringing the 2020 resolution with the target to achieve the world's industrialized developed countries. Efforts to create a competitive and developed Malaysian society are outlined in 9 challenges toward Vision 2020. In this vision, the 21st century curriculum needs to be designed to be relevant and coherent with the current situation and able to meet the goals outlined. Guidelines on the form, content, and implementation of the curriculum should be determined by a scenario that can be seen from the flow of development and technological advancement. The curriculum form of the globalization era has been framed flexibly and dynamically by detailing some mastery of skill apart from the mastery of basic knowledge and skills. The curriculum recommended in this educational management emphasizes on the mastery of effective communication skills, where skills such as social skills and working in a community and group, thinking skills, skill following instructions, skill using technology, culture, understanding skills such as work culture and a place are necessary and desirable to practice. It is important because when the younger generation enters the world of work, it can help them become a skilled, efficient, and skilled workforce in workforce. In addition, in the curriculum of this era of globalization also emphasize the use of English as the language of transmission. This aims to prepare students in the development of science and technology who use English in accessing knowledge and information. Skills in using language other than their mother tongue enable Malaysia and its citizens to present themselves and play a more effective role in the international arena.
The last one, the conclusion. In conclusion, the efforts and challenges is important for IPG to plan the strategic direction of the IPG campus in order to deliver pre-service and in-service teacher education programs that meets the country's educational needs, as well as to formulate effective teacher training operational policies that lead to the development of teacher competencies. That's all from Group 3. Thank you, Madam Hazaria and everyone for giving full attention to our presentation.